Check out the protection analysis on the IL-2 Stromovik. Steel plates everywhere related to the pilot. I love this, by the way. There you go, that's a video right here. We're going to record a video together. See, here's where I like the IL-2 as a ground attack aircraft. So, you've got literally armor everywhere on this plane to protect the pilot at all costs. So in a head-on, you've got steel protecting you. Along the sides, you've still got more steel all around the engine, around the cooler, and even more interesting, where are the fuel tanks for this plane? They're not in the wings. The fuel tanks are in front of the pilot and behind the pilot. They've squeezed in like the fuel into the armored bathtub, yeah, underneath the pilot as well. And it's all within that armored bathtub. They call this thing the flying tank, or the flying bathtub, or the concrete bathtub. It's armored. All the important bits are kept within this armored area. And it gets even more interesting that when you want to think about attacking the pilot, if you're doing it head-on, there's thick bulletproof glass in the head-on. And in the sides as well, bulletproof glass. Think about if you're attacking the pilot from the side with like ground fire or as a plane, where the pilot sits is behind armored plates. He's protected from the side in theory. It's only if he's leaning forward to have a look left and right in theory, you cannot hit the pilot. So it's only at like some very extreme angles that are very unlikely that you could possibly hit the pilot through the armored plates. And at range, you know, these plates would easily stop like an MP40. When it comes to higher caliber ammunition, it might stop fragmentation of, 88 rounds exploding in the air. You can't just think about it like in tank shell, penetrating the plane. It's a plane. There's going to be a lot of space between the gun shooting a shell and a bullet before it impacts the plane, so it's going to slow down quite a bit. And here's where it gets a bit nasty. This is the single crew IL-2. If you go to like the twin-seater variant with my, your camouflage, let's change that. If you go to something like the twin-seater variant, you can see the armored cockpit is still here. Fuel tank is behind the pilot, but look who is acting as spaced armor for the pilot. If you're getting attacked from behind, the gunner has a plate of himself and a plate behind him, but also, the gunner is also part of the armor of this plane. So if you're being attacked from the rear, that pilot can tank a few rounds before it starts hitting the steel plates behind you. And even then, it still has to get through the steel plate, the fuel tank, and then another steel plate before it can then hit the pilot. It's very cool.